One in the top, you ain't gotta ask that. I be with a cash at, I be with a gang.
Yo, this is TJ from Northern Comeups, and today we're gonna present Dom Vallie. Dom Vallie, born Dominic Omario D'Aguilar Turton, is a rapper, producer, and songwriter born in Toronto and raised in Kitchener. With one album and 2 EPs under his belt, with a slew of singles released in between, it's easy to find a new favorite song when listening to Dom Vallie. His Spotify sits high at 309,000 monthly listeners, and his top song, Valley Mode, is just shy of 6 million streams. His latest hit, Bin Himma, shows the same caliber and surpassed the million listen mark fast when he first released it. Now sitting at just over 5 million streams with help from the amazing fan base he's built over on TikTok. With more views and more opportunities arising in his atmosphere, it's well known that it's Dom Vallie's time. With a clear vision and an eye on what he wanted to achieve, Dom Vallie's one of the most strategic and persistent rappers in the game. When he made his smash hit, Scared of Death, he was sent a series of beats from his producer Tomb and picked one he knew would work and sat on it for a year. Within that year, he would write small parts at a time to see what worked and how he could piece together a hit. After a year of grinding over the beat and perfecting the lyrics, he'd finished constructing his song. It's impossible to leave out the range of Dom with slow, heartfelt Mac Miller-esque songs found on his first album Nights, to his alternative sound that comes through like a head-banging, wall-smashing sound on Tweaking and Click Boom that fuels like a Rage Against the Machine. Everything in between is a balance of memorable lyrics and infectious beats that are easy to get lost in. Dom Vallie's an artist that likes to dip into many different genres and kills it every time. I think it's time we dive into some music off not only Spotify, but some SoundCloud exclusives as well. The top 3 songs I would recommend you to check out are Bin Himma,
Godzilla, just bitch like your drug dealer. Toronto winners big chillin' in my chinchilla. 6-figure told the label need to send it quicker. Before I bill her, brush my teeth and I do 10 seconds. Talking sweet like Swishers, boy you wasn't that nigga. Talking big like you been him, I been Himma. Black Hummer, straight from a black Beamer. 2-seater, who's sweeter than me?
Dead Man,
I don't want a chalice in a throne waiting for me when I arrive. This is where I thrive, where the sun never shines and the ghosts come to life. Doing most for a bite. I'm the leader of the demons, I'm the mayor of the night. Whoa.
and Tweaking.
You people sleep on me like heroin. I was 14 watching niggas shooting, tweaking in the stairwell. Type of beats stay on heroin. Can't believe I'm in my motherfucking way. I'll say your prayers. You people sleep on me like heroin. I was 14 watching niggas shooting, tweaking in the stairwell. Type of beats stay on heroin. Can't believe I'm in my motherfucking way. I'll say your prayers.
Those songs are all available on every streaming platform imaginable. Let's dive into some SoundCloud exclusives, starting off with Sway Freestyle.
I got a fan and I think you should meet her. I keep her under the seat in my Beamer. I make her spit every time that I squeeze her like go call the cleaners, go call your demons. I just be high every day, got amnesia. Hold up, what's the next line?
Calm Down Never.
Who let the dogs out? Who the big dog now? Who the hottest nigga in your compound? Who the fuck that let me get the crown now? Fucking on my liver, I won't never put the crown down. Send you with the river, make your niggas put their cuts out. Lipstick I need on my fuck, I to bring the fucks out. Really been a nigga, what the fuck these niggas top out? Said I been him. Calm down. Yeah, calm down never.
And lastly, Juno Brunch.
I just left the Juno brunch, still don't feel like I doing her. I'm not supposed to be up in this room, it just still top me up. I'm not supposed to be shaking these hands, but they still dap me up. It's been 2 times already, I let them pass me up. Somewhere between getting counting out and counting up the bad. Somewhere between leaving it all out there or get left for dead. Somewhere between living in the moment and stuck in my head. Somewhere between getting it or just being forgotten shit. I'ma get it, okay, I got it. Definitely psychotic, that's the kind of being iconic. They try to buy.
Now that you can see he can spit, let's learn a little bit more about the man behind the bars. Dom was born in Toronto and was relocated to Kitchener during his teen years. He first started writing short rhymes at a young age after years of studying and dissecting lyrics from his favorite artists like Lil Wayne, A Tribe Called Quest, the Black Eyed Peas, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He would go on to say that Lil Wayne was his greatest influence, even stating that the Carter 3 was the first album he ever bought. His influences are nothing if not proof that he was able to understand all types of music at an early age, and that would go on to benefit him with his genre-hopping tracks in the future. After studying the greats and surrounding himself with music, he was one push away from starting the path of a rapper. That push came in the form of a grounding by his mother. He was caught smoking weed with his friend and was sentenced to a summer house arrest, where out of boredom he opened up GarageBand and started making beats for fun. he started adapting lyrics over the beats and sending what he produced to friends, where he received positive feedback, sparking the fire and the hustle that would shape his life. Dom then turned to SoundCloud to put out freestyles and asserted dominance on his first Spotify single, Bags. As he was cranking out singles, he was also working on his debut album with his producer Toon behind the scenes. While working on his first album, he would work into the late nights, spending countless hours finding his footing with track production and lyrics, and appropriately naming the project Nights. Right away, the intro is a piano and string-heavy, heartbreaking message to a former lover, before you're hit with the beat drop on In the Shadows. This album is riddled with awareness, heartbreak, and confidence, with songs that allude to his vision to make it big and touch on failed past relationships, which he balances perfectly. Melodic songs like 1111 give you an inside look at how he deals with his thoughts, and songs like Dead Man that amp you back up. Nights, in my opinion, is an extremely overlooked debut album that anyone can get something out of just after one listen. After finishing a very impressive debut album at 17 years old, Dom released an abundance of singles that showcased his range while showing his cadence jumping skills. During this time, he would release Scared of Death, the song that would bring major awareness to the waves he's been making. During this time, Dom would effortlessly switch styles, bringing something new to the table with enjoyable lyrics on Goddamn and Welcome to Tartarus. He would show his teeth with the bass-heavy alternative sound on his song Tweaking that gels with what Rage Against the Machine put out 20 years prior. Tweaking tells the story of a pent-up person expressing his angered feeling against society and touching on the drug activity he witnessed throughout his life. It births something in the listener that gives a bulletproof, wall-punching feeling when hearing the eclectic guitar chords and brain-vibrating beat. Dom displayed strong confidence from stepping out of the mainstream norm and trying something that he wanted to do, which brought something new to his tracks every time. After 4 years of dispensing singles after Nights, he released his first EP titled Valley Girls. It's gotta have one of the hardest cover art I've seen on an EP, with him standing in between two topless girls with the city behind him, giving a sense of inspiration to anyone trying to make it, ensuring that the dream is possible. The title track, Valley Girls, has a unique mix of raw vocals, a steady beat, and a small acoustic guitar piece, which proves his skill as an artist by making a 3-ingredient beat work and leaving the listener's thumb over the restart button. Throughout the project, he uses a distortion in his vocals that almost gives a Travis Scott-like feel to it. Ballerina Aquaman shows Dom's control of beats with an undeniable skill for amping up the listener with a beat drop to go crazy on. With much praise from his previous works on Nights and Valley Girls, his career was taking off. The hard work paid off with the offer to perform at Canada's first Rolling Loud festival in Toronto. He accepted, and his name was listed alongside artists such as Future, Roddy Ricch, Ski Mask the Slump God, and NLE Choppa. The pride he felt from being asked to share the same stage as these new school greats in his hometown shined through in his performance. He showed his gratitude for this eminence opportunity, while also applauding the lesser-known rappers after seeing the crowds leaving when they would take the stage. His performance was scheduled days before his 22nd birthday, and he could feel the love of the crowd as they sang along to every song he performed. Another very impressive thing I'd like to point out is he performed a few unreleased songs from his upcoming EP, and his fans still sung the lyrics word for word. After his performance at Rolling Loud, he followed up quickly a week later with his latest EP, Are We There Yet? This one, in my opinion, is an unskippable work of art. After multiple listens, I haven't found a song I would consciously skip. Strong vocals split through tracks like Didn't Go Through, LNLA, with easy-to-follow bumping flows on Nana's iPod, Chase the Feeling, and 15 Minutes. Dom even touches back with the guitars and hotel-smashing fight mode alternative spirit on Click Boom that can easily be a rave favorite. Are We There Yet is an instant classic with an unskippable track list, and if it doesn't bring him to the mainstream, then the mainstream will lose out on a significant star. With all things considered, it's extremely unfortunate Dom Vallie isn't at the top of the charts. But at this stage of progression, and still very early in his career at only 22 years old, the world is still not ready for his official arrival. Outside of his music and through his interviews, he still maintains a humbleness and excitement that most have lost when obtaining their small piece of fame. You can tell that he's still a kid at heart and is happy just to be here living and doing what he loves. If you want to see this sharp-tooth energy in a live performance, I strongly suggest watching the Side Door Session performance on Side Door Magazine's YouTube channel, where he performs Tweaking and Tell Me Please. Accompanied by a live guitarist and drummer, it's sure to put goosebumps up and down the arms and give a newfound sound to already great tracks. Let us know what you think of Dom Vallie in the comments below. Is he up next? Thanks for listening to me and tapping into the video. Make sure to follow Northern Comeups on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all our socials. You can find Dom Vallie and much more talent in our official Northern Comeups playlist. All the links to everything and everyone will be in the description below. My name's TJ, and this is Dom Vallie.
You ain't gotta ask that. I be where the cash at. I be where the gang at. Some will get